Making headlines this morning, a huge fire erupts at an Elmwood Park landmark. We have reaction from evacuated neighbors. Plus, police are looking for a second suspect who they say assaulted and robbed an 87-year-old woman. We'll bring you that story. And frigid temperatures in the Garden State this morning lead to more school delays. We'll bring you the latest information. Your news starts right now.
FiOS 1 News, Morning Edition.
Good morning. It is 5 o'clock on this Thursday, January 31st. You're watching FiOS 1 News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Persichetti. We'll have your top stories in just a moment, and you can check the bottom of your screen for any cancellations or delays. Nicole Denado will have your traffic report, but first, let's talk to meteorologist Brian Fitzgerald about this frigid forecast. Brian.
Christine, we have some brutally cold wind chills as you step outside the door this morning. They're ranging anywhere from 5 to 15, as much as 20 below zero. Feels like 15 below in Newark currently and 14 below in Morristown. And because of this, the National Weather Service has issued wind chill advisories across the entire state. That goes until 10 a.m. today, and it's going to look at some pretty cold air even into this afternoon. Actual air temperature 3 in Patterson, 1 in Parsippany, 4 in Point Pleasant, 7 below in Vernon. Not a wind chill. Actual air temperature. Wind speeds coming in 5 to 15, at times gusting over 20. Satellite radar picture dry, and we're expecting a good deal of sun into this afternoon. Important to dress very warmly, all that extra precaution, warming up the car, and of course not forgetting about the pets. And we'll have teens into this afternoon. When does it warm up? The answer to that the rest of your 7-day, that's ahead in just a few minutes.
Good Thursday morning. We're getting our first quick look at what's happening out on the roads this morning. So here's a look at the George Washington Bridge at the toll plaza right now. Pretty quiet out there, quiet and chilly. So as we take a look at our current traffic patterns, just be aware that we are going to have some effects due to some speed restrictions on the Goethals Bridge, the outer crossings, outer bridge crossing in both directions. That's due to weather conditions. So just take it easy out there. The weather is definitely going to be affecting our commute today. So we have an incident, a vehicle fire actually happening on the I-80 express lanes westbound near exit 62. The ramps to exit 61 are detoured for right now. Everything is looking good, though, if you're moving through Monmouth County. So let's get a quick look at our drive times right now. Still under 10 minutes for our major crossings through the George Washington Bridge and through the Lincoln and Holland tunnels. We have cancellations on New Jersey Transit this morning in the 5 o'clock hour. Everything else is running on our closest schedule. PATH trains, we have delays due to equipment scheduled track maintenance, so just be aware of that. I'm Nicole Denado. That's your FiOS 1 News traffic report.
We're following developing news in Bergen County, where crews continue to work at the scene of a massive fire that broke out inside of a paper plant. FiOS 1's Arnold Godoy is in Elmwood Park with the latest. Hi, Arnold.
Christine, good morning. Crews have been on scene here for more than 12 hours, and the smoke continues to billow from this site. We want to give you a look at what's going on here. You can see crews are still dousing this area with water as they try to put out hot spots. Fortunately, no one was injured in all of this. Officials, though, say that the damage is extensive, and it may be a while before crews can be sure they've put everything out completely.
From what I'm hearing from the fire officials is we're going to be here all night, and we may even be here for a couple days, just, you know, with the hot spots and stuff.
This all started around 5 p.m. yesterday at the Marcall paper plant, the flames growing into an 8-alarm fire. Officials say the brutal winds and cold helped turn this into an inferno. Houses nearby had to be evacuated because those winds were whipping around embers from the site of the fire. At least 15 departments responded to this scene. The fire was under control by about midnight last night, but the work is far from over. The damage is extensive to several buildings, and crews today continue to work to put out the hot spots underneath all of the rubble. Officials are calling this the worst fire in Elmwood Park in nearly 3 decades.
Gives you an idea of the brutal, extreme.
Now, as crews continue to work this morning, there are several roads closed off, as well as the ramps that are that lead to and on and off of I-80. Officials have canceled classes this morning in the district because of all this. And meanwhile, The cause of this fire is still under investigation. We'll continue to follow this story closely for you throughout the day. That's the latest here in Elmwood Park. Arnold Godoy, FiOS 1 News.
To give you an idea of just how large this fire is, take a look. This picture was taken as a plane was approaching Newark Airport last night. You could see the bright orange flames and a thick cloud of smoke emanating from the plant. The flames forced some neighbors out of their homes for several scary hours. FiOS 1's Brianne Talaka has the details.
The biggest concern among neighbors through the battle was the wind, which was feeding the flames and carrying embers blocks away.
I drove past it. I was on 80, and I saw one part of the building, like the whole roof was looked like it was on fire.
Elmwood Park police told us 5 homes on Chamberlain and Patterson Avenue were evacuated around 9 p.m. The family stayed at the Elmwood Park Recreation Center for about 2 hours until flying embers were no longer a concern. Multiple roads were also closed because of the fire.
The ramps from Route 80 were closed, River Drive's closed, River Road's closed, Market Street's closed, Chamberlain Ave, Summit Ave, Grove Street.
And people driving through Elmwood Park were shocked at what they saw.
It's like the biggest fire. I actually live on Summit Ave, like right down the street from it, and we got the alert, and my boyfriend was going crazy, but it's big fire.
And this fire was so big at one point last night, New York City notified its residents they might see or smell smoke. In Elmwood Park, Brianne Talaka, FiOS 1 News.
Be sure to stay with FiOS 1 News for continuing coverage. You can also stay up to date through our website, FiOS1News.com. Police in Jersey City are looking for a second suspect in the attack of an elderly woman. It happened near Sycamore and Crossgate Roads Sunday night. Police say 87-year-old Anna Lagundi was beaten and robbed on her way home from church. She told investigators the 2 robbers gave her a black eye, bruises on her forehead, and a swollen lip. Police have already arrested 19-year-old Safwan Pridgen, but they say the second robber is still out there. We have a long list of delayed school openings this morning. You can see them at the bottom of your screen. This is the second day the cold weather has impacted classes around the state. One of those districts is Patterson. FiOS 1's Elijah Westbrook was there and has more.
When students were dismissed from Eastside High School in Patterson, they were greeted with strong winds and snow Wednesday afternoon. So it was good news for many when they found out Patterson schools will have a delayed opening Thursday morning due to the low temperatures expected.
It's definitely not a good thing to be out here.
Naomi Matos is a parent and says she's pulling her child out of daycare Thursday due to the frigid temperatures. Her son is just 1 year old, and Matos doesn't feel comfortable taking him out in those conditions.
A lot of food at home, and I'm definitely not going out. I have everything that I need. I have to keep the waters running a little bit because for some reason the pipes always freeze when it's really cold.
And like many school districts here in New Jersey, Patterson will have a 90-minute delayed opening Thursday morning. It's advised that you check in with your school's website to find out about any possible delayed openings or closures. That's the latest here in Patterson. I'm Elijah Westbrook, FiOS 1 News.
The Sarah Stern murder trial wraps up its second week. 4 more witnesses took the stand. We've got the latest from the courtroom coming up.